build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die.
Hello everybody, welcome to Shortbangers. I'm Matty, joined tonight by Colin. Colin, how's it going?
I'm good, mate. I'm very well. We're very smart tonight, both of us, I think.
Well dressed. I was in the office. I've just not had time to come in and get changed, so this is how it was.
I just wear good clothes all the time.
Well, I don't know. I'm kicking about the house. I was up early this morning to get this. So the two buses go to the top of my street into Princess Street, and you get one at 27 minutes past 6 or 27 minutes past 7. And if you didn't get either of those two, you need to go and get two buses or get the train or whatever. So it's up at 5:30, and the dog's been getting up the back of 5 for the last. I don't know whether one of the neighbours has been getting their car ready or whatever and disturbing them.
They used to get up at the back of 6, and it's clocks when we went back.
Aye. So the dog never changes his sleeping schedule. So anyway, right, so it's been like it's no bad. You go up, let him out the back, chuck him back in his bed, and then go back to my bed for a couple of hours. But anyway, this morning I was up before him, so I just went down and shouted at him to see how he fucking liked it.
Good. How do you take it?
It's all right. Just that he was happy with it anyway. Right, get some questions. We've got some good questions tonight. How do we skim through this? Normally we didn't check the questions before we come in, but we had quite a lot in. So, and we were talking just before we started about the live show. So some folk will only have listened to Longbangers because some people only listen to Shortbangers, same as I think some folk only listen to Longbangers. So if you were at the live show and you haven't listened to Longbangers, thanks very much for coming. It was a brilliant night, Colin.
Aye, and thanks to the folk that listen to Longbangers and have heard this already as well. No exclusive.
Correct. That's it. Especially thanks to them for listening.
Aye, no, it was good. It feels like ages ago now. It was only nearly a week ago.
Aye, just about a week. And I think we were getting requests to do another one. The kind of Hibs will let us back into do another one, but
well, contacts left today as well. So
well, we've got a new contact in between. It wasn't Greg that sorted it out for us in the end. We'll probably get charged next time. That's the only thing. Although, I reckon they must have taken a decent amount out of the bar. Do you want to make it worthwhile?
Because
folk were drinking plenty.
Aye, I could tell. I was sober, so I could tell at the end folk were drinking plenty. But it's been a lot happened in that week. We've had resignations and storms and like quits, people quitting and everything. So it's like a Tory party here.
It's non-stop.
a long weekend podcasting.
Right, we'll get a question. Ian T says, online or on air, would you ever deliberately get something wrong to draw attention to a message / brand you're trying to get across?
I just deliberately got wrong that what I was saying about John quitting because I was just highlighting,
sabbatical,
making a big deal about it. Would I? Yes. What's the brand and how much are they paying me? Yes, I would get it wrong. Deliberately.
It's become a thing, hasn't it? Like a deliberate ploy now that folk will put something out that is either shit in terms of like it looks shit, so folk then retweet it and share it, going, "Look how shit this is." Or
is this the Twitter thing he's talking about here? The tick, or what was it? He's getting
no.
Here?
So it's just so you see it on Twitter. So I can't remember. Try to think of an example. And
I thought it was Musk saying 20 quid and changing it to 8 because somebody went.
No, so I don't think it's that. I think it's like a deliberate marketing ploy now where folk will go.
Is it the celebrations thing? We're taking the bounties out.
Well, it could be to do with that, but I don't think that's wrong. I think that's what they're doing. Maybe it is. Coke did it when they changed the recipe back in the 80s, I think.
Ming Breed on it, and then they made that new one, the unfound recipe, when they just made the fucking original again and stuck it in a glass bottle for
but a pound extra. Aye.
And they 15p off for the bottle when you take it back.
Aye, why did they stop doing that?
No, don't know.
You think they would encourage
more? Encourage it. I know.
They should do it in the plastic bottles. I'd clean up, to be fair.
Cans as well, because you can recycle cans.
I suppose folk are doing it for nothing. Why would they start paying them now? Yeah. We would get something wrong. I don't know if
it is. Picky. It would be picky in the first place on what we were going to advertise. I don't know what the adverts are, right? Somebody will go, fucking really? I'll listen to your adverts. All I would say to them is subscribe, mate. You'll not get any adverts.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't need to worry about it. But the I don't know what's in the adverts. All we know is the one thing we excluded that we spoke about the other week from advertising.
Aye.
But that doesn't mean that anything we've left in isn't questionable either, because it was too long a fucking list to go doing them all.
Yeah, it was a bit of hassle, wasn't it? Like, but it's good to have your heart in the right place and everything, but no, if it's a fucking faff.
Yeah.
All right, Ian, good question. Yes, we probably would, right, because we're shameless. Right. Again, Ian said, if the very reason that got billionaires into their position of wealth was not based on values and principles that are the ones we share or that the world needs, then why should folk expect them to do good with their dosh?
Because you're holding them at your standards there, and they've never had your standards, which is why they've got fucking many, many, many more millions than you have. Because they've got different morals and different. Definitely, yeah.
I don't even think any of them subscribe. They might one of the mega super rich might listen and subscribe, but we wouldn't know.
They still only pay £3.
£3, aye, and they could
It's
definitely
not like
afford more.
I know. If only we knew who they were, we could bat them more.
We could.
I was listening to Top Flight Time Machine this week, actually, our parent company, and they were saying there's a podcast out there. Never named it, but there's a podcast out there that does. So they've got like about 20 tiers. I can't remember.
I listened to that one this morning.
Was it? It was this morning. I was listening to it actually when I was walking the dog, and they've got about 20 tiers on Patreon. And the top tier, they never said how much it was either. I don't think they said how much it was. They didn't say what the podcast is. They didn't say how much it was. But they do a personal phone call once a month if you're in that tier. So you get your birthday messages and all that. That's a separate tier, which we shouldn't be. We would just do one-off fees for that if anybody's interested.
We're happy to do it. We've done one for free before.
That's a thing of the past. But surely guys like Prickus's wife must be like saying, "I'll ask a daft question. Would you answer it just for him on his birthday?" Like, we idea, Alex. Alex, let's know how much your wife would pay for that. But so imagine doing it. But it's true. Imagine doing the personal phone call and you're like phoning them, going, "All right, I'm all right. Aye. How are you? I'm all right. Aye, good. What are you up to?" You know, like where's that conversation go? You don't know them like at all. Well, you might. It might be some of the regulars that we've now met and conversed with.
Even
maybe you just don't know.
I'm terrible at that kind of thing. Like I hate it. Like because I have conversations like this. Like we have. Most of the conversations in my head go like this, and it's fucking nonsense. And you can say something daft, and there's no fear of reprisal. Do you know, like we know the rules in our conversation. You could say something controversial, and you can, like, I'm not a bad person, and you could say something controversial, and it'd be the same. Do you know, you're not going to cancel each other. But my filter kicks in massively if I'm talking to somebody that I didn't really ken, and then I just go, what am I going to say? And because you want to steer away for the proper banal shit, like weather, holidays.
I was just going to say weather. Weather's the standard one, isn't it?
So
favourite crisp.
Favourite crisp. What is your favourite crisp called?
So I had to think about this. This created a lot of controversy on Friday night. Well, it was actually Worst Crisp, which sort of then progressed into, because it was about that Monopoly board.
Crisp or Monopoly. Which ones?
Which one would be the Bond Street and all that?
It's a good question, but it's too much. You need to know too much about the Monopoly board to be able to answer that properly.
Well, it's just like what one's Trafalgar Square and what one's fucking whatever the cheap one is.
The brown one. That's what we were saying. What one's the brown one?
I don't know what the cheap one is. I've played the Edinburgh one more. Like we've got the Edinburgh one, or we did have the Edinburgh one. It's in here somewhere, and when we've played it, well, it always ends in a fucking riot in our house, like, because attention spans and bad losers. It's like,
What
for example,
about the rest of your family code? That's you
I
taking
know,
care of.
I know, and believe it, I'm not even the worst. That's how fucking bad it is. Because they've kind of got they got my in-laws' genes here on this side of things, and if you're beating them, you're cheating.
All right, that's just default,
So
is it?
that's the default. Now I get a reputation for being a cheat, like for my own family, anyway, because I was, right, I would do anything. I would do anything to win when I was younger. But now I'm like a fucking middle-aged man, right? I just get on with it, and I'm not bothered that much. I like winning, but it's just Monopoly, right? And but if I'm beating them at anything, them or the in-laws, you're cheating. No, I'm not cheating. I'm just fucking better than you. That's kind of how the
Aye.
conversation goes. In it, I can't get with it. She'll take their side, and I'm like, whoa, wait a fucking minute. You're bought and paid for. Like you're fucking you switching sides here. Aye. Anyway, so the Edinburgh board, I can't even remember what the cheap one is. An Edinburgh board, but then you got Easter Road, Tynecastle, and Murrayfield are all together. But that's not on the first. That's not on the cheap side. And they didn't go Nidri, Grant, and Pilton. They you know what I mean? They didn't do that either for the cheap ones.
Are the stadiums like the water company, the electric company, and the gas?
Because they've got them too.
Or train stations?
They've got Waverley and Haymarket.
So they've just got the stadiums as streets, effectively. Then
must be. I'm going to just look it up. What they are, because they do have them, but they are together. I'm just trying to think what they're actually for. Then because they're not. You're right. They're not a street. That's annoying. But anyway, we've fucking done it again. This is where we went on Friday night.
Aye.
See, Edinburgh Castle and all that are the expensive ones.
Aye, well that stands to reason, eh? So what's Edinburgh Castle then in terms in the CRISPS world?
Edinburgh Castle. I would personally go one of two. I think, and so I'm going brand, and because I like most the flavours in the brand in McCoy's,
right,
or kettle chips, like the Tesco Finest ones you get, or equivalent. And I like the sea salt and balsamic vinegar ones of them. And I like salt and vinegar, McCoy's, cheese and onion, McCoy's. I know flame grilled steak, McCoy's. The sort of standard ones, the sweet chilies and that, they're decent. And the other ones, a light blue coloured one. I can't remember what flavour that is. They're okay. They're good crisps, but they're not as good as the standard cheese and onion flame grilled steak, salt and vinegar.
I tried sizzling prawn McCoy's today. They were in the meal deal in Tesco.
Never had them.
They were decent. Aye, decent. Kettle chips, right? If you're making kettle chips, what if you want a cup of tea?
I know. That is a problem. You probably need two kettles. Like that would be the.
Who's got two kettles though?
Well, you just buy a second kettle when you're in getting your crisps. Is that not the best way to do it?
Right.
What's your top university? Your top crisps?
Top crisps. I like bacon crisps. Like a nice packet of bacon, especially on a roll.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, bacon crisps are amazing. The best thing about bacon crisps is for probably minimum a day and a half afterwards when you burp, you can still. They've got that you revisit the taste. That's value, isn't it? Value for money.
I'm not a fan of that. By the way, the cheapest squares on the Monopoly board in Edinburgh are Arthur Seat and Calton Hill. But that wasn't on. I've got an old one. That must be a new board of Google. That's an Edinburgh Evening News thing website. So I think they've updated it and they've covered the sporting aspect as the three stadiums. But the board I've got, I'm sure it's not Arthur Seat. It's the cheapest one.
How much do you need to buy Arthur Seat? If you wanted to, if it went up for sale,
I'm sure it's 150 quid on the board.
That seems like awfully good value, eh?
Who owns Arthur Seat?
Arthur, obviously.
I think Arthur's deep though, so you think he's just passed in his family.
It'll be Arthur's. Arthur Arthurson.
But who does own it though? Like the actual thing, not the seat.
The council must own it. Imagine running a fucking volcano, like an extinct
Exactly.
volcano.
How can the council be skinting? Like, they keep putting council tax and that up, right? They keep saying there's no money, but they won't Arthur fucking sell it.
There's bound to be like a megalomaniac who would have a volcanic base given the chance that would be willing to purchase
Elon
it.
Musk, has anybody asked them?
Do you want a volcanic base?
Mm-hmm.
It's extinct. The volcano's extinct, but technically that's what you would be buying. Mm-hmm. Central location.
Views of the city.
And Easter Road. Views of the stadium.
Yeah. Why would you know, eh? Like, how did they get their hands on it, though? Like, how?
I think it must have
Because they never
by
owned
default.
It. No, but that doesn't seem right. How could it not have been my family that got it?
I don't know if you've done anything to look after it.
No, looked at
it. Been up it.
Seems a bit unfair, eh? The way they've allocated it.
Should we lobby to get it up for sale then? But I think things like that should be in the public domain, should be publicly owned. You don't want billionaires buying up landmarks.
But, I mean, but you can't trust the council.
You trust them more than Elon Musk. No offence if you listen, Elon, but we will lose our Twitter account.
In what way?
Well, I didn't trust him at all.
Right. Why?
Just
perception.
He doesn't seem like a particularly trustworthy person. I think he comes across as somebody who's just in it for himself. And he's the sort of guy that he would cheat at Monopoly with his family. That's what
you wouldn't want to go near kids like that. But I bet counsellors do that, though. I mean, I've heard stories about counsellors. Like, you can't trust them either.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. They're probably worse. I used to work beside a boy who was... it was mental. He was right into his politics, right? Councillor. And we used to do things, I'll not say where I worked at the time, just because I don't want to give away who he is. Days when you're at like a call centre, folk would bring in, like, you'd have a party day or whatever, and folk would all bring in scran and juice and stuff, right? He would never bring fucking anything, but he would take the most. Always, right? He wouldn't do anything that didn't directly benefit him for his job. Nothing, right? The bonus and everything like that. Labour.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought I was going to
say. When I found out, I was like, he's probably the best Tory cunt I fucking know. I was gobsmacked. I was like, how do you guess what team he supported though?
I can take a guess. It'll be one of the. No, is it Rangers?
No, but for Edinburgh.
Oh, right. Well, that's
right. Yeah.
Do you remember? You remember a man through rugby? There was a boy. He was a few years above us at school. For Magdalene, like in between where. Well,
yeah.
Not in between. Just in for where our mums stay. Became a Tory councillor. Like, how the fuck did that ever happen? I've never actually spoke to him, but he's a really nice guy. I remember, I knew him when I was younger. I'd not really been in touch. I had him on Facebook and that when I was on it, but fucking Tory councillor. Now, he got, like, the feedback he got as a councillor, he'd done a good job as a councillor, take the party out of it. Because obviously they're not making policy decisions. They're having their what do you call them, the wee sessions that they have in the libraries and all that, to take problems away and go and get
surgeries.
Potholes. Surgery, that's the word. It was on the tip of my tongue. Go away and get potholes filled or the bins empty or whatever the issue is. I'm not trivialising it. That's just the kind of things that I'm thinking of. So you got rave reviews about it. Really nice guy. A Tory for Magdalene. Is I can't quite compute
that. How does that happen? Imagine the bump in the heat he must have got at some point. Right, moving on. Question for Neil Philp, who said if you had to put a collar and tie on a giraffe, would you put it at the top of the neck or at the bottom? Again, we had that one on Friday, so yes. But did somebody the pictures? Was it Neil?
It was not Neil. Somebody put on the whiteboard. Somebody put on the white. My mate Neil. Neil.
Yeah, and drew it, and it did look ridiculous high up, didn't it? Like if you did it high up, it looked.
But then it has, because your shirt goes around the bottom of your neck, doesn't it? So it has to be the bottom. But we had the vote on it. I had the vote on it, and the vote was a draw. And then I think somebody went over and put their vote up.
Cast a deciding vote. Yeah.
And it won. The bottom won by one vote, which is a bit mental.
Aye.
It was that close. Is the mental part, because I think the bottom is the right answer. I think I came to that.
We should caveat it to say that vote involved no actual giraffe, so like we were making the decision for them, which I don't know if that's is that like cultural appropriation or something like that when you do that. If we're making decisions for giraffes, if we don't.
If anybody's saying any giraffes, I've got to show anybody on that.
It's the audience. We're all for giraffe rights. Right, Alan Shaw said if you had theme music whenever you did something, what would it be? I.e., getting up from an epic shit and the Superman tune belts out of nowhere.
So just if you do anything.
Yeah, when you do something, if you had theme music whenever you did something, what would it be? So I don't know if we're looking for what the music is and what the specific thing you've done is, or are you got different theme tunes for different things?
That's what I was thinking. Is it different? So, yeah. I don't know if I would want that, but if it did happen, I'd probably grandstand. I'd quite like grandstand. The grandstand
for doing what?
Brings back good memories. Like grandstand tune to me. I used to love it. On a Saturday, that was in the days of 4 channels and that the way. It was like just go and play rugby for the school, come back, get grandstand on. My dad would send me around the shops for crisps and sweets and juice and that. For us, two of us would sit the mum and that would up at my granny's, sit and watch grandstand. Any old shite that was coming on. Even the rugby league, which is pish to watch. But so I would just say, like, what would I want that? Just like, so I'm having to pick the actual motion now that happens.
You need to associate it with an event now or something that you've done.
Right. Okay, so you can pick a different tune for each
yes, thing, I think that's fine. I think you can have a bank of them.
Oh, right, okay, because there is more tunes that were going through my head there. And like the 18 was another one, that, for example. I'm thinking Cagney and Lacey at the moment as well.
I quite like the Doctor Who theme tune for nighttime driving. That would be decent.
Get casualty in there for something as well if you're in a hurry.
I always quite like the idea of having. Remember Cheers?
Mm-hmm.
When Norm came in, everyone went Norm like that. Yeah. My name's not Norm, but I still like to kind of, whenever you walked in the room, just everybody shouted your name, like, "Oh, can you?" I always kind of like the idea of that. We had when I worked in the call centre on the phone, I used to like the idea that the function buttons on your computer were sound effects that you could play to the customer that you were speaking to. If they were a dick or whatever, you could like that. You could make one button do that. Or can you tell me is my check cleared? And I go boing. Nope, sorry, that one's bounced. If I got my security questions right,
you're like a radio DJ there, eh? That's what they've got on their sound effect button.
Press the buttons.
You subbed off the fourth one.
I quite like to do all that kind of thing. The Sopranos theme tune for when you're just driving daytime.
Aye. Woke up this morning.
Aye. That would. There's loads. I love that question.
That's very good.
Aye, because
it's how you think of that. Is that what you do when you're like kneading dough in the morning? You like making.
Is kneading dough a euphemism? He's dead at the Superman music starts.
Right. Any help? That'll be another one, eh?
Definitely.
A wank.
Yeah. I'd have eye the tiger for that.
Fuck's sake.
We're talking euphemisms. I was getting everybody like messaging on Teams now. We're working from home. There's a guy messaged us, says, "Can you send me over this slide for a monthly pack or whatever?" And it says, "I'm just walking the dog now." And then I had to caveat. I said, "That's no euphemism, by the way. I'm literally walking the dog." And I think why I felt like I needed to add that to the conversation.
Just you thought you were on this. You're in that group chat, or you're in this fucking call.
You need to be really, really fucking specific. That's no, I'm not meaning anything rude. I'm just genuinely out with the dog. What team would you have when you're walking the dog?
Depends how fast you're going, eh? Like, so how fast do you walk the dog? Do you just like regular pace, or do you try and nudge along?
I try. He tries to go fast, but I'll slow down so that he has to go slow as well.
Yeah. Why?
Because otherwise he'll just pull all the time.
Oh, right. I bet you. Right.
And then like I end up walking.
And you can't keep up with that. Aye. Or if you speed up, he just.
He goes faster, and it just gets fucking nonsense then.
Want a real slow one there, eh? You want like something that's.
Aye. I was just in the mental image of me sort of like walking forward, and there was a thing on Facebook the other day about funny nicknames, and one of them was they're called the boy photo finish because he was walked like he was like leaning forward.
That's funny.
That's just what we were thinking. That,
I don't know if folk make this sharp, like daft nicknames. Walking the dog theme tune. What about Crufts?
Aye, Crufts would be no bad. Or Ski Sunday.
Ski Sunday, aye. There's another classic, eh?
Aye.
The old the cricket one off the BBC as well. Remember that?
Aye.
There was like great theme tunes for the sport and that when they used to be on normal telly.
The Grand Prix.
You didn't hear anymore, eh?
That would be quality one for when you were out and about. I would like that if
I was doing your steps to the beat.
If you were doing a bit of sneaking up. That would be like
keep it up.
That'd be a good one.
Fast. I wonder if anybody's standing doing that, eh? Or listening to this. They walk me a dog around and I'm playing that tune now.
When was the last time you did some creeping up on somebody? You know that in the house, kind of somebody's unaware that you've come down the stairs and you think you've got the opportunity to give somebody a fright.
Aye, it's been a while, like, because they're all kind of. I think I've done that much yet when they were younger that they're on edge all the time. They can walk about like fucking quiver bricks.
Aye, right, we're out of time, so we'll be back with Shortbangers Extra this now for subscribers. We'll carry the conversation on. Post finishing this. Thanks very much for sending in the questions. Some belters tonight. Still got loads to get through, so join us on Shortbangers Extra. Just go to our Twitter, click the link. You can subscribe for £3 a month. Get the advert free discounts. You would have got a discount for our live show as well, so you save some money on the ticket for next year. Colin, thanks for your time. We'll speak to you in a minute. Cheers, folks.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee.